Hello there, welcome to All Things Possible TV. We've got a fun one for you today. We're going to be talking about
how to keep love alive.
Or you could say, remember to like the one you love. So that's what
And you can hear the beach, you can hear the waves. We are here in Huntington Beach in California and on a little getaway, and we want to be able to share a really big tip with you today and be able to let you think about how you act in your relationships and if this is something that could really use some attention for you. Before we jump into the content...
But before we do that, we should tell you, we actually have a website and we would like you to go there.
It's allthingspossible.biz. Again, that's allthingspossible.biz. There's some free gifts for you there. There's some stuff on our website. We love to be able to give you content. Obviously, we come out with a video every week and give content and information for you and how you can make your life better, how you can heal from the inside out, how you can become your best self. So join us on our website.
And look at our other videos on this channel too. Please join our channel as well here on YouTube and look at our other videos. We've got quite a variety of topics. And so let's get right into our subject today in like the one you love, how to keep love alive.
Right, how to like the one you love.
So this doesn't just involve your primary relationship with your spouse, with your significant other. What other love relationships do you have in your life? You have your children. Do you even have good friends? Is it your siblings, your parents? There's so many other relationships that this message applies to besides just the your significant other relationship.
Right, keeping love alive is all of those relationships, all those love relationships that you have within yourself and your community, your close-knit community with you.
So what we see as one of the big problems is we get comfortable in a relationship. You get into that relationship, pretty soon you get comfortable, you feel secure with that person, and you decide to let your guard down. You start taking that person for granted.
Right, you're not your best self. We actually become more selfish and we want things to be our way and we're upset. We're like, well, they love me. They should know.
They should want to make me happy.
They want to keep me happy, right? And so when we get into this, we stop trying to impress this person, whether that's family, a parent, or your spouse, right?
Yes.
Bill and I have been married for almost 35 years, and you tend to get lackadaisical in your relationship after you've been in a relationship for a long time.
I don't know what that big word was, but I tend to get lazy.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
And we tend to take it out on the one that we love when stuff goes wrong or we're having a bad day or things aren't going the way we want them to. We tend to take it out on those we love and are closest to us.
Absolutely, and that's the problem. We get comfortable, we get lazy, and we feel like that because this person loves us, we don't need to impress them anymore, and we can just go to our worst self. So when we start a relationship, we become our best self. When we get comfortable, it's human nature, at least Bill's nature sometimes, to get lazy and to just like, okay, you know what? I go from showing my person I love my best self all the time to showing that person my worst self because that's what I feel comfortable with. So sometimes we can be the biggest hypocrites in a relationship. How often have you caught yourself doing this? You can be in the middle of a downer or an argument or everything's going wrong, and you're at home and you're walking around the house grouching about this, grumbling about this, dragging your feet, whatever. Just being ornery. And somebody calls on the phone and you're like, oh, hi, how you doing? Oh, yeah, it's good to hear from you. No, things are awesome. And you hang up the phone, you go, blah, 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 blah.
I've never done that, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, she has called it to my attention when I've done it, okay? That's how I know about it.
I want you to think about when you first start to like someone, how do you behave? You show them your best self, like always. You're fun, you're cheerful, you are funny, you have a great time, you overlook all of the imperfections and all of the things from this other person, and you just are this great person, this fun person to be around.
And when you plan an evening out, I just interrupted you. And you don't interrupt the people at first. And then afterwards, it's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you can go ahead and interrupt them. So what were you going to say? Because I had a thought and I wanted to say it before it got away from me.
And I lost my thought because you said it, right? No, but when we first have that relationship, if we want someone to like us, we really show up in a way of our best self. And we show them all the things that we would want them to see. And yet when we're in a relationship for an extended period of time and we get too comfortable, we stop showing that as much. We don't try as hard. And it's not that we're supposed to be fake. It's not that we're supposed to pretend like things aren't bothering us. But we need to be able to show that emotion, feel it, and let it go. And not take it out on the other person. We still need to be like this person, right? We gotta like them if we want to love them, right?
Absolutely. And just think back to when you first started in this relationship. It's like, what do you want to do? What would you like to do? You plan an evening out, you plan a date, whatever it is. Let's go do what you want to do. And you're trying really hard to figure out what will make the other person happy. 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road, we're going, I don't want to go to the opera. That's what she says to me all the time. I don't want to go to those hoity-toity things. I want to go, to whatever.
Monster trucks, right?
Monster trucks and mud wrestling.
Or the beach, right? I want to go to the beach and watch the waves and go have a week away, right?
But do you find yourself doing that? Think back when you plan an evening out with the ones you love, or you plan something special. Are you more concerned about, is it something I want, or am I doing it for them? And what I can tell you, what keeps the magic alive in a relationship is if you can both do everything for the other person. And when you're trying to do it that way, and you're saying, would you like to do this? Would you like to do that? And they're knowing what you like, it's just, you feel good that they offered, and then sooner or later you'll decide on whether we're going to go see an action movie or a romantic movie, because I love the romance movies where I can, let my eyes leak a little bit, and and she likes to watch Rambo.
He likes it.
I do. But just that thought, that knowing the other person wants to please you, yes, you're going to create a balance of what you do, but over time when you're really trying to do that, you start to like the same things even more and more. But
and the biggest thing here is to be conscious of what you're doing. Be aware of how you're acting in your relationships. Because when you're aware of what you're doing and when you're aware of how you're coming across, that's when you can make change. That's when you can improve how you're doing it and create a stronger relationship and really like the one you love, right?
Absolutely. We tend to think, okay, we go like is down here and love is up here. And that is true. But if you don't remember to act like you like the one you love, the love will die.
And not just act, but actually like
the
one.
Actually like them.
Be your best self.
You don't quit liking someone, you grow and add love to it. But the like has to stay there as a component. We tend to think, oh, we can quit liking them now. I remember sometimes with some of my kids, when they've really been frustrating me, I've thought to myself, it's like, son, I love you so much, but right now, I don't like you at all in this moment. I wouldn't say that,
I don't know, some of your kids watch this.
Okay, it's the one who's not watching this that I was talking about, okay? But, no, how often do you feel like that? It's like, I love you to death, but right now I don't like you very much. Okay?
Or I love you, but I don't like your behavior, right?
Right, and we don't have to like their behavior, but at the same time, remember to add like, to keep like in your relationship. It seems like a simple thing, but yet it's very profound, and it's what keeps the spark alive.
So remember, this week and in the coming future, to have that reality check. How are you showing up? Do the reality check. Are you still in like and in love?
Absolutely. And we're not saying that you have to be fake. As Kris was saying a minute ago when I switched subjects, that there's times when we get to be our real self. But it's not all the time. And that's the problem that I think that we get into a lot of times, is we just start being our real self all the time, and that's not very much fun sometimes.
Well, and
to
if
be
your
around.
real self is always negative, maybe you need to have a reality check in that.
So
That you can be yourself. You can be your best self. And you can strive to be that person that you want to be at all times. Thanks for joining us. Again, this is All Things Possible. If you haven't joined our community and you aren't a part of our community, then join us at allthingspossible.biz.
and we promise to keep liking you and loving you,
Yes.
no matter how long you're
We
with
will
us.
like and love you. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.